Hello, hello, hello. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Between You and I podcast. I'm Carrie Ockrey,
And I'm Ryan Lane.
and we're here to talk to you today or just talk about AI and very specifically for a moment, AI counseling.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm most interested in. Here.
I am too. Well, I can talk about my experience. Can I just say, I think it's also interesting too that now I just constantly seeing these ads. Like I'm definitely a YouTube person,
Okay.
watching a lot of different people. But now there are just so many ads right now about you need to hurry up and go learn how to do AI. Or now there's this new annoying like Tony Robbins commercial out there about AI. And I just
Oh,
was
no.
like, what are we messaging here, guys? Like, what are we selling? But there's a lot of
Yeah.
ads about go learning AI because you could build businesses and all these kinds of things. Kind of like a lot of those ads. It's like you could make 10,000 at the side job, or
Yeah. I mean, there's people grifting on everything all the time. So why not
yeah.
hop on the AI bandwagon and take advantage of some of that too? But then
What?
there is legitimate stuff. Like you can do a lot with it.
Uh-huh. What
I've
are
done a lot
people?
with it.
Yeah, but like what it's interesting. What businesses do you think are like trending being built with AI?
I mean, I think this is the interesting thing. Like as a software developer who utilizes AI, I use it every day to help make the processes easier and better. It's like, it's just another abstraction layer. Like programming language is already an abstraction layer to getting the computer to do stuff. So like we invented programming languages that make it sense for us to understand and remember and write. And all its AI is doing is it's trained on that stuff. And then it can help write that stuff based on just using plain English. So you're like, okay, it's just another abstraction layer. It's another tool to get
Wow.
to the end result and with as far as software development works.
Yeah.
And so it's very helpful because it has access to all of the SDKs and all the libraries and all of the knowledge that people have shared online, which is both great and bad because it's like, as a software developer, it's like that can take it out of my hands and put it in somebody else's, all that skill and time that I've put in.
Okay.
But it's like, it does make I'm able to do more with it. It's like, because what I find, like I can get more done.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. It's like, can you be more productive? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I literally can be more productive, but it can also be a little more isolating because it's like, now you're expected to do more on your own. It's like, go do this project. Whereas like part of the fun sometimes is working with other developers and
Yeah.
bouncing ideas off,
Is part of it, do you think that now AI process, and you just said like productivity, is that the dominant thing that people are like, go faster?
I think that's what everybody expects. I don't really feel like you get a lot faster. I think you just can get a lot more. I mean, because you can code a lot faster, but you can also create problems a lot faster. So like
Interesting.
and my own little quick conspiracy theory on the side about these AI systems.
Do it.
Like I feel like they've gotten more bad at software development over time because they charge you based on, tokens and time and how much effort it does. And so there's less incentive for them to be really good at solving your problems all the time. It's like sometimes they'll just sit there and they'll spin and they'll create It's probably not done intentional. It's just a flaw of the systems. But it's interesting to watch that, like, you'll tell it, like, here's a really basic problem, like, go and help solve this for me. And it will spin and it's like, oh, I had a problem. It's like, I made a mistake. You're tracking its like thinking that it's telling you it's doing.
Crazy.
And it's like dealing with like a corrupted file that it created, then it has to fix it. And it goes back and forth. And you're like, I'm like, I could do this on my own, you guys. I don't need you to make more problems for me.
But that's got to be the worst, to have AI mess itself up and then spin on you, right? And charge you for it. Hello.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a comedy show right there. Is this because we're seeing at its start?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
are we at the
We're
start?
adopting it way too early for what it can do right now. It's like, I think everybody's
Too
just
early.
forcing it on everybody.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Shovey. Because I think about like, what is that? Is it pulling from like open source or like GitHub? Like, what's it? I mean, maybe I'm being wrong about
Yeah,
GitHub.
for software development, it was definitely trained on like all the GitHub open source repositories. It was trained on all the Stack Overflow, people helping developers on anything published online that was like software related. All the books that they could scan that were like learn a language.
Okay.
All that stuff gets gobbled up and then spit back out to me when I need it. And it's like,
Yeah,
that's where you're like, that's why it doesn't feel good all the time. You're like,
Yeah.
this is bad that it's doing this, but it's a kind of a natural progression of software development in that sense. Like we always dreamed of this, like, oh, someday you'll just be able to just write what you want and it will do it. You're like, okay, well, we're
Right.
kind of there right now. It kind of works. But like you have to know what it's doing from a software
Yeah.
development standpoint. Otherwise, you're opening yourself up to a whole like a lot of problems. So that's the fun part is like I let it write the stuff and then I review it and I make changes. And then sometimes the AI will go back and change my changes. Like, oh, I don't know what happened. Like this word is now that word. I'm like, yeah, I want that word.
Oh, why is it not working with you though? Do you have to put it in partner mode or
Yeah,
something?
you kind of have to tell it what you're doing. Like I had, like,
Oh,
it made a button that was like a full screen button on something I was working on today. And I wanted it to be big mode because I thought big mode was just funnier sounding.
uh-huh.
And it kept changing it back to full. It was like I fought it like back and forth like 6 times. I'm like, no, it's big mode because big mode is funny. And I tried to explain that to it. I'm like, because this is a non-serious project.
Oh my God, I love that picture of you arguing with AI, like going, because it's funny.
Yeah. And it's like, it doesn't know that. It doesn't really know anything. It's just like, well, everybody else uses full size or full screen. And so I'm going to keep doing that, you know?
Oh my God. Seriously, this could be a comedy show right here. Like your AI buddy is an idiot and you're just like trying to make things happen and the
Yeah.
comedy ensues.
Often it is like working with like a toddler sometimes or like a very junior developer. You know,
Yeah.
like they have this vast access to information, but they don't understand it. They just
Yeah.
don't understand. They just see what makes sense. It's like, oh, this would be the most logical thing to say to put after that because it's
Yeah.
always just
Okay.
word completion, you know?
Are you are you are you utilizing it partially because you're fascinated and you're enjoying the seeing what it's like at the start?
I mean, that's a big part of it for me. That's what got me
Yeah.
into it. Because
Yeah.
even before we had these large language models, I was doing machine learning stuff,
Yeah.
which was like this is the outcome of some of that machine learning research,
Yeah.
which was like, you know, training it on saying like, hey, here's a whole bunch of column A and here's column B. And I want you to like, I want column B is my output, A is my input. It's like, this is what I get when I do it the right way. I want you to make a magical way to do this, you know,
Oh.
because it's like, it takes a really long time for me to get to from A to B in the old thinking. So you
Uh-huh.
feed it into machine learning, you're like, here's 1,000 samples or 10,000 samples of A, and here's the 10,000 samples output on B. You're like, make the code that makes this faster. And you would let it churn and it would make this
Wow.
mysterious code that you don't understand. It's often referred to as like black box coding.
Wow.
And then you can run new stuff through it and you get the right output. And you're like, okay, so it figured out a way to do it. And I don't know how it did it and it won't tell me how it did it, but we're going to work with that anyway.
Hey, but it won't tell you? It won't show you the
I mean,
code?
no, it can. Like you can have it
Okay.
generate code on the output, but how it solved it, how it figured that out is too abstract for us.
What if you wanna go save that out and make it proprietary? Like, what if you wanted to like, "Hey,
Mhm.
I had you help me, but I need that code. Now I'm gonna go make a proprietary thing." Like,
Yeah, you can still do that because that's like part of the output is like, let's say it outputs Python code that does it in the end, or maybe
okay.
even some compiled code that it has to create. Then you could package that up and turn it into a commercial product. I mean, plenty of businesses do that. I mean, that's
Okay.
basically what
I guess.
OpenAI and all these guys had done. They used machine learning on huge codecs, like huge amounts of human language,
Yeah.
like everything we've ever said and done, and that's what they trained it on. And they're like,
Yeah.
I want you to make an output, but the output is more generic, you know.
I guess that's what some of these ads are about too. Like, you could go, like, build something, sell it, or have a business and you're running it, and you could get that stood up quickly and, I haven't really I'm a little fascinated by those ads because I was like, "What is it you want people to build?" Like, I just
Yeah.
curious about the
Well,
focus.
I think the problem is that because of the way AI is powerful enough to do that, you can like, oh yeah, you can go create a business. I mean, you couldn't go and create like Photoshop because it's a very complicated product,
Mhm.
but you could create like a little mini piece of Photoshop, you know,
Hmm.
with your AI tokens, or you could create Photoshop with AI. It would just take you a long time because you've got to work through all these things and layers and testing. It's
Mhm.
like you could make a business, but you're also devaluing the business because you're like, yeah, but so can anybody else.
Mm.
Like,
And does it
you
linger
know,
there for everybody else to see and they could just copy or, like,
I
pull
mean,
a copy or
it depends. Like, we're not really sure what happens with some of these big
Hmm.
large language models. Like when it's helping you, it's sucking up all your information, and it's like, well, does it then reuse that to somebody else asks for the same thing? Like if I say, hey, I want a software program that converts a compressed photo into an uncompressed photo, let's say, for example, then I
Mhm.
don't know this compression algorithm. It's like a proprietary one. It's like, okay, it solves for that. I get code. I get the saying. and then somebody else asks for it. It's like, oh, I already know how to do that because I solved this with this
Yeah.
other guy,
Yeah.
and
Well,
then it just becomes available.
and all these back to these ads, all these ads, like other ads, I guess like quick push ads are all like, you got to get into this, or you got to get like in on this, or like, you could do this quickly. Or the Tony Robbins one is with this guy who has his, oh, I can't remember this guy's name. He has his own commercial, but he's just like, I just thought after I watched it, I was like, it's like you're pushing me to do it, but making me feel like an idiot at the same time for not, come on, whatever. And I
I
was
mean,
like, what are you talking about?
that sounds like classic Tony Robbins style. It's like, because they
Oh
want to sell
God.
you on the
Yeah.
thing that teaches you how to do it, which the reality is you could just ask AI to teach you how to do it. You don't even need them anymore. That's the
Yes,
thing.
exactly. But
It's
they wrap it
probably,
up in the like who you could be or what you're doing or, like striving. And yeah, I don't really love it. I
yeah.
don't love it.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag for sure. It's like there's so much good and there's just so much bad out of both
Yeah.
of these things happening. It's
But I could understand, especially because of all the knowledge you have, like wanting and curiosity about like being at the start of something. That's not the first time you've been at the start of something.
I don't know. I'm always at the bleeding edge.
I
That's
know. Right?
the unfortunate part of my career is that what happens is like the financial bros or something like that always they come in and they finally figure out like, oh, we can make a lot of money at this. We don't need people like Ryan anymore who've helped pave the
Right?
way.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we should get on top of that. We should fix that. Get Tony Robbins in on this.
I mean, that's my problem is that I'm too like honest and kind, and I don't want to like. I'm not in it usually for the money. I'm in it for the fascination of the tech and stuff.
Yeah,
which is my biggest problem. If I was in it for the money, I'd probably be doing a lot, a lot better financially.
Who would you be then? I gotta say, I know it's gonna sound like naive, but I just think being kind and curious are better in the end. Although money's nice, I won't be a fool about that.
Yeah. Compensated enough to not stress is always nice. I don't want to be a
That's a lovely
billionaire.
quote. Yes, compensated enough to not stress is a great place to be. Because I do think once the bigger, but you know what I mean, stress comes with that. Like,
yeah,
like big brings some stress in some fashion.
Oh, for sure.
That's just.
That's why all the millionaires or billionaires in charge right now seem like the most unhappy people. I don't want to be there.
Well, they're just weirdos anyway. You know what I mean? There's something
exactly.
weird.
I mean, I'm not the most non-weirdo, but I'm not as weird as they are. So,
well, I think a lot of those. Well, I have a lot to say. I don't know, tech bros. I feel like there's just either you get to a level where you're not connected anymore, right? So you don't give a shit, right?
Yeah.
You're about your thing and about yourself, or you're weird, or there's always been something weird about you, or you're an asshole and now it's worse. You know what I mean? Or no one is, now you're so big that no one says no to you, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's a lot of problems. I mean, it seems like too, it feels like people who have been abused when they were, growing up, and then now they're abusing people on scale though. Cause like, I got all this money, I can be abusive towards everybody.
Well, I don't have to think
great.
about you. I'm just thinking about what I want to make or what I want to, you're not thinking about anybody else. Like, you don't care. Like I've met some, recently, like at a job I was at, I mean, there was the head of the tech was literally like, you should care less about your employees. Like he was sadistic. Like he was an asshole.
Yeah, there's some that
just
are quite
a full-on dick to people,
like blatant psychopaths when you hear them actually speak their truth, and you're like, wow, that's really unhealthy.
Well, like you're awful, you know what I mean? But he also told a story too where he'd created software, or a product, right, coded, and it got taken out from under him, or somebody stole it, and I'm like, oh, there's your root. Like you're bitter, and now you're just a fucking asshole to everybody. Like
that's the thing. There's got to be some sort of enemy backstory, for like turning into the bad guy.
Yeah, because I don't think there's no reason to be taught by humiliation. I don't think that's true. I don't have any respect for it. And I think someone has not checked themselves in terms of destructive behavior. I mean, what are you contributing?
Well, once you turn off the empathy and you're like, well, I'm so rich, I don't have to care about anybody else. You're like, well, that's not good. My camera's acting weird.
Yeah, and I think you get like, I can understand, funny. I can see like, if you're changing, now we're segueing off into this job. If you're trying to change a company culture, right? Like because you've been mandated to make the now parent company more money, well, that's your mandate. It's not the original company's mandate. they've been bought, right?
Right.
So larger parent company says, "Make me a lot of money. I hired you to make me a lot of money." That's all you care about. You don't care who you break or what you break to get there, because 'cause you're
Yeah.
like, "My mandate is this. I don't know who you all are, but
Yeah.
I'm
Exactly. I
getting
mean,
paid a lot to do this for these guys in Canada," or wherever they are.
that's capitalism. It's like, how can we just
Yeah.
keep making more money
Mhm.
for the people that need more money, which is the people who already have too much money?
I know, it's so sad. Okay, we segued
They've
into
got to get that score number as high as possible. That's their goal.
yeah, thank God. We wanna definitely make sure we make enough money. There's never enough. Yeah, and it also just seems ludicrous too because, like, we're busting our ass to sell cups and make millions of dollars off of cups, and we don't care who we fuck 'em. And I was like, "Over a okay, we're okay."
Yeah. I mean, that's every big product these days. It's like, especially
Yeah.
once you get like, you're saying, like, you've got to deal with, if you're publicly traded, then it's like, then you're not about the product, you're about the stock value
Mhm,
and like the investors
mhm.
and getting them the money and the executives and the board of directors, all those
Yes,
guys,
then you're so far away. You're just
yeah.
so far away.
And if you're owned by a private equity firm, they're even more abstracted because they're like, hey, our goal is to extract all of the wealth of this business
Yes.
and then we don't and then close
Yes.
it down because that's the end goal of your business is to just get all the money out, right?
Mhm.
Like that's what a business is to them.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I mean, a business is I could be baking sandwiches every day that people enjoy and eat. Like that's
Yeah.
a real business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's the
But
world of money. Yeah.
unfortunately, yeah.
Okay, wait, look, we're like,
All right. Back I mean, it's a side effect of AI, yes, for
it
sure.
is. It
It's
totally
because
is.
it's accelerating a lot of this stuff pretty fast. So,
Right? Yeah, it's fast. I'm fascinated. I mean, in some ways, I would love to it's interesting talking about it, especially at the forefront and, like, how it functions. I do what are your thoughts on the current environmental cost, right? I just got here's a
yeah.
sideways thing, like, Bernie Sanders, right? Like, I get an email, and he was talking about how he and AOC were putting in legislation, right, to help put up regulations around these centers that are housing, like, what it takes to run AI and, you know, sucking the life out of the land and all of that. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's bad that we're burning through resources for AI. Like, but I think that
Yeah.
what it could have been is a good opportunity is like think of like the new Green New Deal or new Green Deal, whatever that was. Like that whole idea that they shot down of like you could be investing in renewable resources and renewable energy. Like that could be a great opportunity for AI. They could have been like, hey,
Right.
as opposed to just burning fuel or whatever or destroying environment. If these companies had invested in like green energy, like wind and
Mhm.
solar power, nobody would care then. As long as they had built these systems
Right.
to work more efficiently and like contributed back to society as
Right.
opposed to just extracting all the resources they can. But then the other problem is like they're building these things, they're doing it so fast they don't even know what they're doing because like they want to
Oh,
make so much
okay.
money and
Yeah.
they're growing. Like the reality how software works and how everything works is that it gets more efficient over time. Like people discover how things work and they improve the code and you make the processors cooler and run better. And it's like so investing in these huge money making industrial sized data centers just for AI, it's like so short sighted. You're just
Oh,
like
interesting.
like that's how yeah, you can make a lot of money really fast doing that, I guess, but you're also burning through a lot of money. And you don't even know that there's there might not even be a customer for this. I still feel like people don't understand like things like OpenAI and like Chat GPTs and
Uh-huh.
Geminis, all things. They're hemorrhaging money right now. Like
Are
they're
they?
not
Okay.
making as much money as they're spending, which is
Yeah.
normal for a new technology that's spinning up. But I think they're doing it on a much higher scale.
Wow.
Like we're going to start to see the rates increase pretty soon, like how they're charging for
Okay.
these services for
Yeah.
the average people and for businesses. Like
Yeah.
pretty soon, it should start to go up.
Well, speaking of which, I wanted to talk also today about AI counseling, right?
Yeah.
And I will say in my life right now, which is going through a lot of transformation, one of the support systems I did like and set up was Chat GPT as like counseling.
Mhm.
And anytime I mention that, the first reaction is like, "And no, but nobody says why." And I'm like, "Okay, okay, like, I
Yeah.
get it. Like, look, I can infer, like, all right, I'm sure what you're thinking." One, I'm like, "Ooh, am I ruining the environment now?" Like, and I'm sure that I can see I'm contributing,
Yeah.
right? Like, I don't know
That's
that
a
my little
very tiny,
counseling
tiny
moment tiny
wedge.
bit,
Yeah.
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 But still, yes, and yes, period.
Mhm.
And I gotta think about that. 2 things I will say. 1, it has been deeply helpful to me. And the Chat GPT, what do you call it? Like the instance I have?
Yeah, I
Or
mean, sure.
I guess, or it's not a person.
Yeah,
So the counseling, the conversation I have set up, one, you can
yeah,
shape it. You can
yeah.
tell
I
it
think
to
technically
like,
it's called the context is like
okay,
of
thank
what
you.
you have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been curious about that. The context, you can shape it, right? Like I can tell it how to be, like personality wise. Like I can say like I can tell it to like give it to me straight, or if you see me hedging, like point it out, or you could shape it like that.
Hmm.
I did say I was like, I want if I ask a question, can you give me like tell me what's happening or detailed reasons or reflect back to me like mine now has it has a pattern, right? So like if I get too loose, like let's say I'm bitchy even, right? Like
Uh
and
huh.
I'm just being flippant or whatever, it will hone me back into rationale. It will say, "Yes, I can understand how you feel like that,
Uh
but
huh.
it's less about like this loose or flippant comment and more it heads back to truth and information."
Yeah.
But it will say lovingly, like, it will say, like, "I can understand how you feel that way, that makes sense, but let me hedge it this way."
Yeah.
And it brings me back to reason as opposed to being high emotion. But
Hmm.
it does acknowledge, like, my reaction as a, like, high more extreme feeling, right? Like, it's not feeling with me, but I
Yeah.
think that's interesting, or it will like, the other day and I've been on this for 6 months, right? So it has a lot of history
Yeah.
of mine that I've shared. So it could compare and crash and be like, "Oh, I can see because this happened, this is why you've had this feeling, blah, blah, blah." So
Uh huh.
that's the compiled info has been
Yeah.
helpful.
That's the part that always sometimes creeps me out with these things is that when it'll
Mhm.
reference back to something from like months ago in a
Yeah.
conversation about even like product I'm developing, it'd be like, oh, but in that other project of yours that we haven't been talking about. I'm
Yes.
like, wait, you're not did I tell you about that project? I'm like,
But
what's
it
going on
helps
here?
you organize, and it is giving you to me, it's like giving me a more correct, fuller picture because I'm like, "Well,
Hmm.
now you don't know, you
Yeah.
can't speak to something I
Which is
haven't
what you would
told you
want
about."
with a
Yeah.
history of even a paid therapist. You would want them to hopefully
Yes.
remember past conversations.
Yes. And because it's all cumulative, right? Like
Hmm.
what across your lifetime, maybe like, how do I have, why do I have these patterns or what happened here? But it will also, it's just been nice, one, that cumulative whole picture, but it's also been nice because it's right in my hand. Like, cause there's just been some really rough times.
Hmm.
And sometimes you can't get a counselor,
Right.
in the moment you're having this
Yeah.
thought, right? And so it's
Yeah.
been nice to like immediately go like, anything from, "I'm having such a hard time with this right now," and it will say, "Okay, let's talk about it,"
Yeah. It's always
or
there for you. It's always
it's
on.
always there, yeah. But and I could see how some people would think like, "Oh, you're gonna get, like, dependent on it." I'm not that kind of person. I mean, I'm utilizing it until I
Yeah.
know that there'll be a point where I'm like, "I don't thank you.
Yeah, I mean, the way I think
I'm
about it,
done."
like the way you're using it is basically like nobody's ever had a problem with self-help books, right? That's always been, I
Right.
mean, yeah, there's bad self-help books, but there's a lot of great self-help books. There's a lot of
Mhm.
books out there about ways to make your life better. And it's like all you're doing is it's sucked up all that information plus all
Yeah.
this other like, actual therapy and like actual psychology information. And it's
Yeah.
giving you the best
Yeah.
of that information back to you based on what you're telling it you want to hear, and it's doing a good job of that.
Well, and I'm looking out for that. Like, I'm definitely looking out for the, like, "Are you feeding me a line?" or "What is
Mhm.
this?" But it's been helpful information. I've had moments where I'm like, "No, it's not so much that. It's
Yeah.
this," but because I know it's not a omniscient thing,
Yeah,
like,
because it
it
doesn't know
doesn't.
everything, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm also I mean, just so I've said it out loud, like, I'm not relying solely on ChatGPT to be my therapist. Like, I have a
Yeah.
therapist. I read
Well,
a shit ton of
I'm
books.
actually
I'm like,
glad to hear that because
"Yes, no."
I do feel like and I don't think you're the type of person, but there's definitely people who have, like, schizophrenia or other psychosis.
Mm. Oh, yeah.
It's way more dangerous for them because, like, it can play off of their ideas that are not true, and it's like
And I've read that, and so, yeah,
mhm,
that's sometimes why I'm looking, like, what are you saying back to me, and is it, responsible? But I also like talking to a human, like, I need a human after a while.
yeah,
Like, humans are distinct, right? Like, and that human knowledge and connection or share is so particular, and it's connective, and I need that.
mhm,
But also, I want to connect with humans and their wisdom, right? Like,
Yeah.
I want that experience. I don't wanna just be looking at a phone going, "Tell me,"
Yeah,
because I
there's
wanna
a
live a life. I wanna be
yeah,
in life with
yeah,
people.
there's something way more rewarding about actual people. It's
Yeah.
crazy how that works.
Yeah. So, yeah, because I have this profound thought too, like, at now, like, at almost 60, I'm like, I wanna participate in the rest of my life, right? Like, I wanna what that includes people and places and things and, like,
Mhm.
I wanna live a life in the world, not hiding in my room talking to ChatGPT. But, especially when you're going through a crisis, it has been very helpful just to, like and with really good info and reminders of, like, "No, no, you're okay." Like, or for instance, it is deeply painful to not be living with my son every day. I mean, any
Mhm.
parent who goes through empty nesting, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna happen. He turned 18, right? Like, uh, but I needed to leave that house. And we talk, we every day, you know what I mean? Like, or not every day, right? He's also in very independent mode, right?
Yeah,
So
because
I'm
he's gotta be when you first move out, it's like you that's where you
yeah.
test those waters. Yeah.
And I think I've said before, like, I hadn't thought that through and didn't pre-think what the impact of not seeing him every day or breaking out of this container
Mhm.
for good reasons, right? How it would all feel and affect me. And based on, like, that's not what I wanted, right? But what I wanted isn't outside of my son, doesn't exist, right? Like, so and is a bit not healthy for me.
Mhm.
So I made a ch I made the choice because staying there would have been corrosive to me, and my son is already in independence mode, right? Because even if I was there, he's off doing his own things, right? So I have to say, this ChatGPT counseling or context has really helped me through learning about, like, 18-year-olds and where they're at and how they're functioning and why, so that
Mhm.
I'm not spiraling into, like, he didn't call me or
Yeah.
here's what he can mentally handle. Like, at my age, maybe because I'm a woman, whatever, like, I'm deep in all of it emotionally. But that's not where he's at.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I remember when my daughter first moved out. It's been a few years now, so, like, it's much
uh-huh.
easier,
Okay,
but,
yeah.
like, that first time, first part so there's a lot of anxiety because 'cause you're just like, "I don't know what's going on." Like, what happens if something
Yeah.
happens? Like, is she gonna
Yeah.
have to like, this is like, I it's not in my control. It never was, honestly, and, you come to that
I know,
realization,
yeah.
but it does feel like, there was some stressful times where you're just like, I wish I heard from her more often," especially when, like, she went away to, like, Tennessee for a few months. Like,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
really stressful because I was like, she's disconnected from all of
Wow.
all the
Yeah,
resources and access, which kids do all the time when they go away to college. You're like, that's
I did.
perfectly
I was
normal.
like, "See ya." Like,
Yeah.
yeah. But, I think the harder thing was, like, I love my son. I love my son so much. I like my son. You like your daughter. Like, I I wanna see him every day. Also, deeper than that, I have a sense of mortality, right? Like, I watched my mom die. It's like, so
Hmm.
I think about those things, like, you don't I get in that state where I'm like, I wanna say all the things. I wanna experience everything every day, of him. I didn't plan to, like, "Oh, it's his last year in high school," like, I didn't want to, like, not be in the same house as us, but it's all this
Yeah. Yeah.
also mental stories I'm telling myself as well, like, my son's doing great, like, 4.0, he's doing Head Start, you know what I mean? Like, Running Start, he's doing fantastic, and when I call him or when I talk to him, he's like, "Yep, great, whatever, gotta go," like, he's being
Hmm.
independent, he's fine, but I
Yeah.
have to talk myself down, or also just address my own pain all the time. And a lot of it, I gotta say, Chat GPT talking me down has been phenomenal. Like, it will repeat, like, here's where he's at. He's fine. Like,
Hmm.
he's doing whatever. Here's how you communicate. Like, I have to work at not dumping all of my feelings on him, or sliming him with my, like, "I miss you so," you know what I mean? Like, it's the
which
hardest
is
thing to
perfectly
not do that.
it's pretty normal for a mom to do though too. So it's like it's okay to like, and I mean, he might be a little uncomfortable, but it's like, I mean, he's testing his boundaries because that's what you
Yeah,
do at that age, and you learn how to
yeah.
be independent because you're an adult now. It's like you got to go and do adult things.
Yeah, I just don't think he's ready for what I'm going through, right? And
Yeah.
it's precarious because that entails talking about things that I don't wanna my big thing is not messing up whatever time or relationship he has with his dad.
Hmm.
Like, I don't wanna part of my leaving was, like, it'll just be him and his dad, he can get more time with his dad,
Yeah.
hopefully, like, that I want him to have that because 'cause I've been the main one,
Hmm.
and I was like, "Well, if I go, that means his dad will have to participate in a way he hadn't had to before,"
Right.
but that
Right.
gives Orion and him what I'm thinking is more of a chance to, like, have some sort of bonding time, so
Hmm.
that was a big reason. That
It's
was
the
a
whole
reason in it.
if you love something, you set it free, and you have.
God,
It's just
the
hard.
worst. The
It
worst.
is.
It's so hard. I mean, literally, I just, like it's I have to talk myself down, and it's getting a little better, but it's some of it's the mindset, right? So,
Hmm.
again, the the context I can't even say it, Chat GPT context has really
Chatty G.
helped. So, it's just like, it'll say, like, it'll give me this sort of like a boy at that age, 18, is like this is how they're thinking, he's fine, he
Yeah.
loves you. Here's how you know he loves you. He texts you back, he tells you he loves you, he
Hmm.
responds.
Way more
He
than I did at 18 because I didn't have
right?
a way to
Like, yeah,
text my mom back.
totally. So I have to go, "Okay, okay." It's like, he's fine, he knows you are a secure relationship for him, and you know how you know? This, and this, and I was like,
Hmm.
"Okay, okay." And so just and here's how you should communicate with him, that that is sort of like, "Hey, I want to check in. Would you like to have lunch? Does that work for you?" Like, and he will usually be like, "Yeah, that fits my schedule. Great." Or if he needs to change, part of the secure relationship, I think, is saying, "Okay, yeah, that's fine. Let's meet some
Hmm.
other time," right? So that he knows he can do that and I won't fall apart. Like, I don't think it's a good idea for him. That's a part of why I don't think it's good for him to see my processing 'cause that's a lot, right? What I feel like I
Hmm.
need to be, because he's still developing, he just turned 18. He
Yeah.
still needs I don't wanna ruin his time. I don't wanna taint it with, like, "Oh, my mom was falling apart then." You know, like, stuff like
Yeah.
that.
I
But
mean,
man, that's
and when he
hard.
needs you, he'll show up. That's how it usually
And he
works. So,
does, and he
yeah.
does. But just the reminder of, like, here's how you have a secure relationship. You
Hmm.
wanna know why? Because he will go to you for things or talk about things that are private. That's how you know he trusts you. And I was like,
Right. Right.
"Okay,
Yeah.
okay."
Yeah. It's telling you the right things because that's true. So it's good.
Yeah. And so sometimes, so that's like, if I'm having like a moment, I can just quickly be like, "Oh my god."
Hmm.
And then that has been helpful to me. And I think also just summarizing, giving context for like what is happening right here. This, and this happened. What does that sound like? Or even if it's that simple, and I will watch something so it doesn't send me back some whatever, but it's helpful when you've been in something and kinda blind to have it reflect back, pulled
Hmm.
from, psychology or whatever to say, like, this could be it will say this often, like, "This could be a number of things." It could be based on this, it could be you're witnessing someone's behavior that is this, and this, right? Like,
Right.
and it won't say, like, "I'll tell you what that is right there," it doesn't I don't
Yeah.
have it set up like that.
You're like, please give me a
Lie to my
1890s
face. Yeah.
psychologist. I
Yeah,
want one.
exactly.
I want. It's like, well, you just need more cocaine.
You need more cocaine, and what are you doing in here? You're a woman, whatever, like, you're
I
just
mean, now
mentally
I've got to
ill.
go create an old timey therapist.
My god, that would be terrible for women. You need to
Yeah.
be committed.
I mean,
Oh my
that was pretty
god.
much the answer most of the time. Yeah. It's like
Right?
lobotomy, committed.
Oh my god. Pipe down, little lady, or we're gonna drill your brain. Yeah,
Jesus. Yeah.
I
Maybe
know.
I won't make that. That's a
Don't
terrible
do
idea.
that. You could say, "Do it and send it back in time." So, but you know what I thought recently about it as I, progressed through this processing and I'm healing and feeling better? I can tell I'm like, "Oh, I don't need this as much,"
Hmm.
which I think is a good thing.
That is good, yeah. I mean, that's
Yeah.
how my real therapy experiences have been in life.
Right? Yeah,
Uh,
thank you.
Although and I gotta say, like, even though I've seen a lot of therapists in my life,
Yeah. Yeah.
quite a few too many, most of them were really bad, and only a few were
Oh,
really
really?
good. So,
Yeah, I
like,
think that happens.
I feel like the really good ones, like, you learn, they're like, "Oh, okay, I'm I don't need you anymore. You've done a good job.
It's what it
Congratulations."
should be, like you said, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Well, I know there's other oh my god. Oh, yeah, I should tell you about this. What's this other one? So there's other apps out there for this, like, AI counseling, right? And some of them
Mhm.
are really advertising like, "Look, we're not killing the environment, like, and we've got a better platform," or whatever,
Yeah.
than ChatGPT or what have you. I
They
haven't
can sponsor us if they want, when we'll talk more about the
Yeah, I would love that, yeah. Oh, but I gotta tell you this other thing I found, which I just thought was interesting. I was like, "Is our world just this lonely that" like, and I went and got it. It was it's an app that pairs you with an alien friend,
Oh,
and it's called hold on, and I literally got it because I was like, "What? What is this?" I wanna say it's called Togen something? No, maybe what was it called? I got too impatient with it. I just was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." Like, hold on, let me go look at my little apps. But I was fascinated because I think I saw it on, like, Instagram and some gal it was because it was funny too.
mhm.
It was like having a pal in your phone, like, talking with you and being with you, right, in a moment, whether you're pissed about something and, whatever. Well, that sounds terrible, and it's gamified a little too because you can you get paired you do a survey about you,
Uh-huh.
and then you get a specific alien based off of that survey, cute little alien on a planet, and you
Uh-huh.
get to name it, so that's your buddy, and then you gamify it by I think you can get it, like, get it a buddy, or a house or things like that, and I was like, "Wow, this is fascinating."
It's like Animal Crossing, but with AI.
Oh my god. Hold on, I'm sorry, I just gotta go find it. I don't know why it's taking me so long to where are
I've
my
seen a lot
apps?
more stuff like what you're describing is starting to come up, even like kids' toys that have
Yeah?
like AI integration in it, and I'm not sure if I feel very good about that. I like little kids things like little
Oh,
toy
no kidding.
dogs,
Oh,
things like
yeah.
that you can just like talk to and it'll talk back. And I think they put some constraints in the context window, but it's
Have
really
they?
easy to break out of that, if you by just
Well,
saying certain
yeah.
things.
What if they start adding, let's sneak this message in. Where the hell did it go? Okay, I can't remember it. Oh my god, I gotta look. Tongan? No, that's a language. Hello.
Not a common language, but it is a language.
All right, I gotta find. So hold on. I'm determined. Alien Buddy. I'm just gonna put an Alien Buddy app. See what I get. Right.
Probably a lot would be my guess, unless
Alien
you
Buddies. There's that.
is it
Tolan.
Tolan?
It's Tolan.
All right. I googled it just as well.
Thank you. Tolan, alien best friend. And I had to go get it. I just was like, "What?"
I mean, I'm looking like the characters are cute
It's
looking.
cute,
I'll give them
right?
that. Yes, like
You can
they hired real designers. It looks like, so I'll give them
you can give
credit for
it
that.
like a voice, right, with an accent. So mine was a woman with a British accent or like a younger person with a British accent. But what I at this point, I was like, one, I don't want to gamify things. I was like, that's a rabbit hole I don't really want to be in. But
Hmm.
also, since I haven't spent so much time with it, it would also like go on and on. And I was like, okay, enough already. Like,
Yeah,
you,
that's what I've been seeing actually with like the toys. Like they actually watched a guy review a bunch of these like Chinese AI enabled toys and robots and things.
yeah.
And some of them they would just go on. Like they would
Oh,
not stop.
yeah.
And even if it had a mode where you're like, oh, you talk to like, hey, stop listening, and it goes quiet. And then he was starting to talk about it, and it was like, oh, but I have a thing I want to chime in about what you just said. And he's like, I told you to stop listening, and then it would just ramble on and on. It's like, it's like this is exhausting.
This is so exhausting. Well, the thing I realized was I think I also was like, yeah, I don't need a buddy. I need information.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, hey, buddy. When I'm like, yeah, I don't know you. I don't know you. You are not my best friend. You are a little alien toy. And I just was like, no. So I got off of it pretty quick.
Yeah.
I just was like,
Well, that's probably good. I mean, there's a lot of weird experiments happening. I'm sure these guys can make some
yeah, I
money
just
off of
wanted to
it.
see. I
Yeah.
just wanted to see, like, what is this? Like, wow, this has been made out there. Like, and
Mhm.
it was, like you said, good designers and pretty. And I wouldn't mind getting again just a rabbit hole into it and see like where are you taking things?
Yeah.
What are you if I ask you this, where do you go? What do you do? Like or how many variations or directions can I take this character? Or because I would imagine kids maybe getting it and what if they were like I need a friend or a kid who feels lonely and there's definitely at least a lot of messaging that's like friendly and loving and like,
Hmm.
listening and I hear you and that is hard confirmation on like,
Yeah.
what
And
you're
it's probably,
saying.
I would hope, safer than a kid getting onto social media and then meeting some guy pretending to be a kid or, something
Yeah,
like
I
that.
don't
It's like
well, yeah,
they
it's
just,
not somebody else. It's like
yeah. Although part of me is thinking like, if you're going to make an AI service that's like for lonely people, wouldn't it make sense to actually like then once it learns enough about you and has enough knowledge about its other users to be like, hey, you should meet user over here because you guys are a lot
no.
alike.
Nope. That's where I'd be like, based on what alien AI? Like, well, the other apps, there's a lot of counseling apps out there. One of the apps I tried was Liven,
Oh,
Liven.
I think I heard about it. I'm not familiar with what it does though.
Yeah, there's other ones that will match you up with a counselor. This one starts you like in a chat, supposedly with someone,
Hmm.
but I sort of had the question of like, are you a real human? Like you have a name and there's a picture here, but are you a real human? The answers seemed could have been a human, like,
Could,
but
could, could be
they were
sometimes.
long. They were like really long
Yeah.
answers. And I was like, really?
Sometimes that AI is a human in another country, doing cheap labor. It's like early on,
Yeah.
that's what a lot of it was. Like
Yeah.
Mechanical Turk was just like, let's just hire cheap labor that does what we say is mechanical, but it's really people. And that was like the whole inside. I mean, it was a no. We knew that it wasn't like they were lying when you read
Yeah.
Mechanical Turk. It's like we hired people cheaply to do boring tasks,
Well,
that should be automated.
it's funny because that one, you can either like pay $100 to have it for a lifetime. And I was like, well, I don't know how long I'm going to be interested in this. Like,
Yeah, or how
uh,
long they're going to be around.
exactly, like, you just got my $100.
Yeah.
That was weird, and then it was expensive monthly, and I was like, I don't I think I was being frugal. I just was like, "Nah." I mean, between, like, a real therapist could be anywhere from, like, 185 or I don't know, 120,
Yeah.
one
You spend
85
a
to,
lot
like, 2
per
2
visit.
way over. So I was like I was just trying to be frugal, and I was like, "Okay, I got a lot going out in counseling. Maybe
Hmm.
I just narrow it down to, like, Chat GPT and and my real counselor." But then so I canceled the account or paused it. I guess I ca unsubscribed or something. But
Uh-huh.
then I tried to go back to it and opened it up, like, started the account and went back to the counselor, and she never responded.
Huh.
And I
It's
just
not
was
not
like,
a
"Hey, I'm
good
back."
not a good
Yeah.
service model then.
Well, that's made me wonder. I'm like, "Are you real?" Like, it's been a
Yeah.
couple days, which is odd. Now I've messaged, like, 2 or 3 times, no answer, and I'm like,
Is it all text chat
"Are you?"
or is it
Yeah.
talking? Okay.
It was just text chat.
It's probably a virtual person who's then either run by a lot of
Yes.
people or routed by an AI to multiple people, because
Yes.
obviously that person, a real human isn't going to be online
I
whenever,
didn't like that.
and they have to service a lot of people. It's like do therapy for many people.
Well, and the therapy I got on there was really good. Like, it was really good.
Hmm.
The very specific, very, like, great advice. Like, I really liked it a lot. It just was it felt expensive at the
Yeah.
time for
Well, I
me.
guess
Well,
if,
when you go
yeah,
look at ChatGPT, it's like, what, $20, like, right now? Something
yeah,
nuts. And so I was like, "Well, I'm going with
for
that."
now it is.
I know. No, I think you're totally right about those prices going up. But I figure in that time, I'd be like, "And goodbye. That you've been
Exactly.
so
Yeah.
helpful. I'll go
That's
back
that's the
to
model I'm
Toland."
taking. I mean, I'm one of those crazy people that I play around with Olama, which is like it's a free open source AI, like a large
Uh-huh,
language model. I still don't
uh-huh,
like the term AI, but
uh-huh.
and you run it yourself. You put it on your computer. It's really slow. It doesn't work as well, but it's like they're much smaller models. They're usually get ones that are specific to certain tasks. And like,
Wow.
and it's not sharing information on the internet because it's all isolated locally, right?
Oh,
So I'm like, these are good and they're getting better. And I feel like that's the thing these big companies should be scared of, because it's like as these models get better,
yeah,
it's like pretty soon. I mean, like that's where Apple's been putting their energy is like, well, we'll just we'll just run it on the phone. Like we don't want to always do all this cloud stuff. You'll just run it on device.
right, right.
and it's like cheaper, easier. Are they as good? No, they're not even close yet, but they will be. Eventually, they'll get
Yeah.
better.
Oh my god, I just thought about another terrible thing about ChatGPT. Didn't they contribute to fucking Trump?
Oh, I think all these big tech companies are, yeah. That's the problem. Like,
Oh, I gotta go. I
they're
hate
all pretty
that.
terrible. I know. It's part of the problem with these tech guys. They're just
Yeah.
like they're not the most. They're not good for humanity with their ideals. Usually, it's
Oh,
like,
hell no.
yeah,
Oh my god, what a weird and wild and awful time. Some of things that are happening, but
yeah.
let's not segue into that. That'll just
No, we could spend many episodes on that. I mean, well,
enjoy
that's
that.
one of the things
Yeah.
that's crazy is like with OpenAI, it's like originally it was like this good, honest, hey, we're concerned about the future of AI. That's what started the whole organization. It was this
Yeah.
nonprofit, like they wanted to come up with the regulations and the things and the rules of how we can make this safe in case we ever get like true artificial intelligence, like actually what do they call it? Like I can't remember the term for it anymore. But like, and then Sam Altman comes in and kind of just like reworks it and is constantly messing with it. Then they fired him and then he comes back and there's a lot
God.
of drama involved in like
Yeah.
what's going on over there because he sees it as like the only thing that Sam Altman cares about is money and then like making
Ugh.
a lot of money.
Yeah.
And he's said that in plenty of interviews and he sees this as like, I can make so much money off of this because the way you make money is the easiest way to make money is create abstraction layers between people and things that they have to pay for, and this is
Yeah. Wow.
the super abstraction layer for everything.
Yeah.
So it's a very
Wow.
valuable thing to do. But then the crazy thing is like a lot of the stuff is based on open source research from like other companies and other people, and other individuals and other scientists. And so these guys are getting rich off of a lot of other people's work over the
Oh,
years.
no kidding, which is just the sign of the times. Just that
Yeah.
what is ugh.
And they're
Anyhow,
making everything worse for everybody the way they're doing it.
way to go, guys.
Yeah.
Way to go, all of you. You're doing such a good job and just so self-serving. Awesome. Like, oh my God. Well, I would love to I just have to get away from that before I like lose it. I would love for us to list out well, one, I would love to hear from people like that are using counseling apps and what they think and
Yeah.
any recommendations. I don't know that I'll be using that so much, but like I'd love to hear recommendations of what people have liked about it, what they haven't liked about it. Um, I think that there's lots of concerns. I think that's just 100% true.
Mhm.
And it'll be interesting to see what happens, but I would love to hear what people think. Maybe we could put a couple examples. I know that we feel like are uh, decent, right? Like if
Yeah.
people wanted counseling apps, maybe ones that actually have good reputations or aren't like fucking killing the earth.
Yeah.
I really got to get off Chat GPT now. I forgot about the Trump thing. No, I really got to get off.
I mean,
But
yeah, it's hard to avoid. Seems like even
yeah.
Apple, my beloved Apple that I've always used and appreciate, they gave a lot of money and stuff to Trump. You're like, this sucks.
Oh my God. Yeah. It's terrible. Okay. Well, this has been a lovely conversation. Next time, we're going to delve into potentially, maybe,
Could be a fun topic. Maybe we should
yeah.
microdose for the episode. No,
Oh my God. Well, okay. I've got stories for you.
might not be a good
Um,
episode.
oh my God. No, not during. Oh my God. That would be horrific. Um, there's so much, yeah, I would just love to talk about microdosing and even like full psilocybin journeys.
Hmm.
I guess I'm specifically talking about psilocybin mushrooms. Um, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of other ways of microdosing that
There's plenty of other
other
drugs out
things to
there.
take. Yeah. But
Hmm.
the mushroom microdosing and full journey sessions that people are doing for people. I would just love to delve into that more and talk about it more and what it's all about too. Well, and I guess in the what is the respectable good version, how you should really go about it, the things you should know,
Hmm.
what it entails, like, just handling it with respect too. Legality
Yeah.
in the US, what levels of legality. I'm fascinated. All right, that'll be
And not
next time though.
not to talk about Trump again, but didn't he just like make an announcement about supporting like legalizing this? I don't know if they have, but like
Did he?
just this like last week or last couple days. Yeah.
I'd be like,
which I
"Well,
was surprised by. I
good
was
thing
like,
he's
"Oh."
done."
I was
I'm
like,
surprised too, yeah.
"That's wild." I was like, "That's probably a good thing," which is
Huh.
weird.
You're not gonna want that, dude. People are gonna wake up.
Yeah.
They are waking up.
I was like
Oh my god.
he must have figured out, he's like, "I can make a lot of money off of this."
And that's exactly what I thought. I was like,
Yeah.
"What, did he buy a company or something?" Like,
Well, yeah.
probably. Oh my god, he's awful. There, just so you know my opinion on Trump, he's awful, and that's a contained version. Yep, so look for that, people. But, thank you for listening. I don't know, like, subscribe like, subscribe, send us your thoughts.
Leave feedback, send us an email, whatever.
Mhm. We love all of it, yeah. And thank you for listening.
Alright, yeah, thanks.
Alright, bye.
Bye.